Welcome to the most exciting coin discovery of your life. Today, we're diving into the mysterious and ultra-rare bicentennial coins, an ordinary-looking coin with the power to make you a millionaire overnight. If you've got this hidden gem in your pocket, your entire future could change in an instant. Let's unlock the secrets behind this legendary piece of treasure. First up, in the world of numismatics. Few coins ignite such awe and wonder as the 1940 United Kingdom half-penny featuring King George VI. At first glance, this coin may seem like a modest relic of a bygone era. But hidden within its bronze frame lies a wealth of history, rarity, and unimaginable fortune. With the majestic, uncrowned portrait of King George VI gazing left and the proud, three-masted ship, the iconic Golden Hind, sailing boldly across the reverse, this coin isn't just a piece of currency. It's a passport to billionaire status for those lucky enough to possess it in pristine condition. Designed by the legendary Thomas Humphrey Paget, the obverse of this coin captures more than just the king's likeness. It captures a moment in time, suspended in bronze. The inscription, Georgiev's 6D, G, BR, OMN, Rex F laughing face, IND, IMP, symbolized Britain's imperial strength and reach, with IND, IMP, Emperor of India, marking the last breaths of the great empire. But this title would soon be erased from future coins. That detail alone makes this half-penny a rare and historic artifact, elevating its desirability far beyond ordinary collectibles. Turn the coin over, and you're met with the gallant sight of Sir Francis Drake's Golden Hind. It sails, filled with the wind of ambition and conquest. The ship is not merely a design. It's a symbol of adventure, exploration, and national pride. Its presence on the coin speaks volumes about Britain's naval heritage and fearless spirit. Above it, the denomination half-penny stands tall, while below, the date, 1940, marks a world trembling on the edge of global transformation. Now imagine this. A coin minted during the chaos of the Second World War, when metals were precious and every ounce of bronze mattered. A coin that slipped through the cracks of destruction and found its way into collectors' hands. Untouched, uncirculated, glowing with the same vibrance it held on the day it was struck. This is no ordinary coin. This is the type of artifact that collectors and investors fight for, where offers climb into the millions, not because of material value, but because of historical weight and rarity. The real magic lies in the condition. A 1940 half-penny in brilliant uncirculated, BU, or proof-like condition is like discovering buried treasure under your floorboards. Its surfaces shine, its details remain razor-sharp, and its story remains untarnished by time. When such a coin enters the market, it does not linger. It creates waves, bidding wars, and headlines. People have paid life-changing amounts for such a specimen, and those who held on to it saw their fortunes turn overnight. There's a mystique surrounding coins like this. Many have been lost, melted, or worn down by time. But those that survived, in exceptional shape, became vault-locked assets for royal collectors and top-tier investors. It is whispered in private circles that some museum-grade pieces of this 1940 half-penny are worth well over $1 million, their value increasing each year like a rising tide. Owning one is like holding a golden ticket that only the wise and fortunate possess. So if you have this coin, especially one that's untouched by time, do not be quick to trade it for pennies. It is not just a coin, it is a key to unlocking a new life, to rewriting your destiny, and to joining the elite club of people who turned forgotten metal into generational wealth. This isn't fiction, it's the thrilling truth hidden in your palm. In conclusion, the 1940 UK half-penny with the uncrowned king and the proud Golden Hind is more than just a collector's dream. It's a fortune disguised as history. If this coin is in your possession, treasure it like royalty, guard it like a dragon, and never let it go at a humble price. Because sometimes, the smallest things hold the greatest power. Second, in the shadowed corners of the numismatic world, some coins hold secrets not even time can bury. The 1941 United Kingdom half-penny bearing the uncrowned portrait of King George VI is one such treasure, simple in appearance, yet colossal in worth. With IND, IMP, marking the last echoes of British imperial power, and the three-masted golden hind proudly sailing across its reverse. This coin is more than metal. It is destiny carved in bronze, and for the lucky owner, it may be the golden gate to a life of unimaginable wealth. On the obverse, King George VI gazes left, uncrowned, yet commanding in presence. Designed by the masterful Thomas Humphrey Paget, this portrait isn't just art, it's legacy. The Latin inscription, Georgiv 6D, G, BR, OMN, Rex F laughing face, IND. IMP speaks of dominion, of an empire still holding firm amidst the fires of World War II. The IMP title, soon to be erased in later issues, adds an irreplaceable historic fingerprint, making this coin a witness to the shifting tides of colonial history and royal power. The reverse steals the spotlight with a ship that once ruled the oceans, the Golden Hind, legendary vessel of Sir Francis Drake. It sails boldly to the left, defying the wind, with the words halfpenny standing proudly above and the year 1941 etched below. In this design lives the spirit of exploration, adventure, and naval supremacy, symbols of a nation that, even during wartime, refused to surrender its pride. This is more than design, it's declaration. But what truly transforms this coin, from relic to rare treasure, is its astonishing scarcity and high-grade condition. The vast majority were spent into circulation, worn down by decades of use. Yet, somewhere in safes, old drawers, or forgotten vaults, a few remain untouched by time, gleaming, perfect, frozen in mint brilliance. These rare specimens are the stuff of legends, and when one surfaces, collectors unleash fierce bidding wars that defy belief. It's not unheard of for offers to soar into the million-dollar range for coins in uncirculated, proof-like states. The year 1941 was no ordinary time. The world stood at war, and the resources of nations were stretched thin. Minting perfect coins in this era was not a priority, survival was. That's why a 1941 halfpenny in pristine condition is so valuable. It's not just rare, it's practically miraculous. Owning one is like finding a perfect rose growing in the heart of a battlefield, a symbol of resilience, beauty, and hidden power. And that power? It can change your life forever. This isn't just speculation or coin collector folklore. Private auctions, high-end dealers, and secretive collector circles have long whispered about the massive value hidden in this modest bronze coin. Some owners don't even know the fortune they're holding. Others guard their specimen with the care of a crown jewel. Because the truth is, this coin, this small, seemingly ordinary piece of currency, has the ability to turn an average person into an instant millionaire. So if fate has placed this coin in your hand, don't treat it like change. Treat it like a key to financial freedom, to generational wealth, to a legacy built not on luck, but on the rarest kind of historical coincidence. Don't rush to sell it at the first offer. Don't fall for low bids from those who know its true worth and seek to take advantage. Hold it close. Evaluate its grade. And then, when the time is right, let it carry you into the life you've only dreamed of. In the end, the 1941 George VI halfpenny isn't just an old coin. It's a golden opportunity in disguise. It's history, power, rarity, and wealth compressed into a piece of bronze no larger than your thumb. But within it lies a storm of potential. And if it lies in your possession, then so does the power to rewrite your future forever. Third, in the secretive world of rare coin collecting, where hidden treasures lie disguised in plain sight, one coin stands tall among them all. The 1943 United Kingdom halfpenny, bearing the dignified image of King George VI and the emblem of seafaring dominance, the Golden Hind. This coin, minted in the throes of World War II, is not just a relic of the past. It's a vault of untapped wealth, a whisper of the empire's glory, and a passport to overnight fortune. If one of these gems is in your possession, you may unknowingly hold the key to a billionaire future. On the obverse, the masterful design of Thomas Humphrey Paget brings to life the uncrowned portrait of King George VI, facing left with calm authority. The regal legend, Georgiv 6D, G, BR, OMN, Rex F laughing face, IND, IMP, surrounds the king like a crown of legacy, translating to George VI, by the grace of God, king of all the Britons, defender of the faith, emperor of India. That final segment, IND, IMP, makes this coin historically significant. The Emperor of India title vanished just a few years later, cementing this piece as a final echo of Britain's imperial legacy. Flip the coin, and you're instantly transported to the age of exploration. The three-masted ship, the legendary Golden Hind of Sir Francis Drake, cuts across the sea with unwavering determination. Above it reads halfpenny, and below, the wartime year 1943. This is no simple engraving. It's a symbol of Britain's courage in the darkest of times, and a tribute to the spirit of adventure that built a global empire. The design isn't just historical, it's poetic, capturing an entire era in one image. What truly catapults the 1943 halfpenny into the realm of fantasy-like value is its extreme rarity in top-grade condition. During the war years, coins were produced quickly, roughly, and in huge quantities for circulation, leading to worn-down examples being the norm. But those rare few that were preserved in brilliant, uncirculated, BU, or mint state condition are now considered treasures, rarer than gold, more precious than diamonds in the eyes of elite collectors. These exceptional pieces are chased at private auctions, where the final bids often reach into the millions of dollars. That a coin like this is not just old, it's a living time capsule. Imagine a 1943 halfpenny, untouched by time, with every detail sharp and unblemished, still glowing with the warmth of its original bronze. This is the kind of artifact that makes headlines, the kind of coin that doesn't just appreciate in value. It explodes in worth as the years go by. For the right collector, this coin is not just a purchase, but a once-in-a-lifetime acquisition. But what sets the 1943 version apart from earlier or later issues is the war itself. Britain, engulfed in a global conflict, prioritized survival over preservation. Resources were scarce, and coins were beaten by time and circulation. To find one that has escaped the wear of history is like finding an ancient crown buried in a battlefield, nearly impossible and infinitely priceless. This coin tells a story that even museums envy, and that rarity is where its unimaginable fortune is rooted. If this coin rests in your collection, don't let its simplicity deceive you. It may not be gold or silver, but in the world of numismatics, historical weight is more valuable than metal. Guard it. Authenticate it. Grade it professionally. Because if your 1943 halfpenny holds that mint condition sparkle, it could very well place you among the ultra-wealthy overnight. Its value is not in speculation. It's an undeniable historical gravity, combined with the razor edge of condition-based rarity. So remember, this is not just a halfpenny. It's a financial miracle in disguise. A royal keepsake from the twilight of empire, a wartime survivor, a collector's crown jewel. If it lies in your hand, you hold not just bronze, but a billion-dollar bridge between history and destiny. Don't spend it. Don't trade it cheap. Treasure it, for it holds the power to change your life forever. Fourth, in the final year of World War II, when nations were scarred and the world stood on the cusp of peace, a coin was minted that would silently carry the legacy of an empire, and possibly the secret to untold riches. The 1945 United Kingdom halfpenny, featuring King George VI and the famed Golden Hind, is not just a relic from a historic time. It is an astonishingly rare artifact whose value today has skyrocketed into the millions. If you hold this coin, you may very well be holding the very thing that can turn an ordinary life into a billionaire reality overnight. But on the obverse of this remarkable coin is the uncrowned portrait of King George VI, calmly facing left, a timeless design sculpted by the brilliant Thomas Humphrey Paget. Around the king's image is the Latin inscription, Georgiv 6D, G, BR, OMN, Rex F laughing face, IND, IMP, proclaiming his dominion over the British Empire in his role as Emperor of India. The inclusion of IND, IMP on this coin makes it a historical snapshot, because just 2 years later, that imperial title was gone forever. This is not just a coin. It's the final breath of an era carved in metal. Flip the coin, and you're greeted by the bold image of the three-masted ship, the Golden Hind, proudly sailing left. The ship, a symbol of Sir Francis Drake's fearless voyages, represents the glory of exploration, trade, and British naval power. Above it, the denomination halfpenny stands firm, and below it, the fateful year, 1945. This was a moment when the world craved peace, yet coins like this carried the proud reminder of British strength and maritime dominance. It is more than a reverse side. It is a tribute to resilience in bronze. But what sets the 1945 halfpenny apart from common pocket change is its extraordinary rarity in mint-state condition. During wartime, coins were mass-produced to meet demand, often with less attention to perfection. Most were heavily circulated, lost their sharpness, and faded with time. Yet, a tiny number, perhaps only a handful, survived untouched. These untouched, brilliant, uncirculated specimens now command enormous prices, with offers that can surpass several $1 million, depending on condition, certification, and collector demand. Imagine owning one of these gems. Its surface is clean and flawless, its design crisp, its history intact. That small, palm-sized piece of bronze could easily outvalue luxury cars, estates, even diamonds. It's the kind of coin that turns heads in high-end auctions, draws attention from royal collectors, and causes collectors across the globe to scramble for a bid. It's not just a coin, it's a silent explosion of fortune, waiting to be discovered. Collectors and investors alike recognize the 1945 halfpenny as a time capsule from the twilight of the empire, a coin that tells a story of war, strength, and survival. And because many people remain unaware of its true value, there are those who have sold it for mere cents, never realizing they held a kingmaker in their hands. You must not make the same mistake. If you possess this coin, it could be the rarest piece of fortune you'll ever touch. With coins like this, the value lies in more than age. It lies in rarity, historical weight, artistic craftsmanship, and pristine condition. Combine all of that with a moment in history as monumental as 1945, and you have a recipe for explosive value. This coin is not simply worth collecting. It is worth treasuring like a royal heirloom, one that could lift you and your legacy beyond your wildest dreams. So, if fate has placed a 1945 George VI halfpenny in your possession, especially one that's untarnished and sharp in detail, do not let it go lightly. It may be small, but it holds the thunder of history and the lightning of wealth. It's not just a halfpenny. It's your ticket to billionaire status, an anchor of the past with the power to float your future sky high. Don't spend it. Don't trade it low. Hold it like royalty, for it is nothing less than a hidden treasure of the empire. In the final year of World War II, when nations were scarred and the world stood on the cusp of peace, a coin was minted that would silently carry the legacy of an empire, and possibly the secret to untold riches. The 1945 United Kingdom halfpenny, featuring King George VI and the famed Golden Hind, is not just a relic from a historic time. It is an astonishingly rare artifact whose value today has skyrocketed into the millions. If you hold this coin, you may very well be holding the very thing that can turn an ordinary life into a billionaire reality overnight. But on the obverse of this remarkable coin is the uncrowned portrait of King George VI, calmly facing left, a timeless design sculpted by the brilliant Thomas Humphrey Paget. Around the king's image is the Latin inscription, Georgiv 6D, G, BR, OMN, Rex F laughing face, IND, IMP, proclaiming his dominion over the British Empire and his role as Emperor of India. The inclusion of IND, IMP on this coin makes it a historical snapshot, because just 2 years later, that imperial title was gone forever. This is not just a coin. It's the final breath of an era carved in metal. Flip the coin, and you're greeted by the bold image of the three-masted ship, the Golden Hind, proudly sailing left. The ship, a symbol of Sir Francis Drake's fearless voyages, represents the glory of exploration, trade, and British naval power. Above it, the denomination halfpenny stands firm, and below it, the fateful year, 1945. This was a moment when the world craved peace, yet coins like this carried the proud reminder of British strength and maritime dominance. It is more than a reverse side. It is a tribute to resilience in bronze. But what sets the 1945 halfpenny apart from common pocket change is its extraordinary rarity in mint-state condition. During wartime, coins were mass-produced to meet demand, often with less attention to perfection. Most were heavily circulated, lost their sharpness, and faded with time. Yet, a tiny number, perhaps only a handful, survived untouched. These untouched, brilliant, uncirculated specimens now command enormous prices, with offers that can surpass several $1 million, depending on condition, certification, and collector demand. Imagine owning one of these gems. Its surface is clean and flawless, its design crisp, its history intact. That small, palm-sized piece of bronze could easily outvalue luxury cars, estates, even diamonds. It's the kind of coin that turns heads in high-end auctions, draws attention from royal collectors, and causes collectors across the globe to scramble for a bid. It's not just a coin, it's a silent explosion of fortune, waiting to be discovered. Collectors and investors alike recognize the 1945 halfpenny as a time capsule from the twilight of the empire, a coin that tells a story of war, strength, and survival. And because many people remain unaware of its true value, there are those who have sold it for mere cents, never realizing they held a kingmaker in their hands. You must not make the same mistake. If you possess this coin, it could be the rarest piece of fortune you'll ever touch. With coins like this, the value lies in more than age. It lies in rarity, historical weight, artistic craftsmanship, and pristine condition. Combine all of that with a moment in history as monumental as 1945, and you have a recipe for explosive value. This coin is not simply worth collecting. It is worth treasuring like a royal heirloom, one that could lift you and your legacy beyond your wildest dreams. So, if fate has placed a 1945 George VI halfpenny in your possession, especially one that's untarnished and sharp in detail, do not let it go lightly. It may be small, but it holds the thunder of history and the lightning of wealth. It's not just a halfpenny. It's your ticket to billionaire status, an anchor of the past with the power to float your future sky high. Don't spend it. Don't trade it low. Hold it like royalty, for it is nothing less than a hidden treasure of the empire. 6 In the quiet aftermath of World War II, as the world attempted to rebuild from ashes, one small coin was struck in Britain that would silently carry within it not just history, but the seeds of unimaginable wealth. The 1946 United Kingdom halfpenny, bearing the noble image of King George VI and the enduring symbol of the Golden Hind, is not just an ordinary coin. It is a hidden relic of royal legacy, designed by a master, struck in a time of transition, and now whispered about in collector circles as a potential key to billionaire fortune. If you're lucky enough to hold it in pristine form, the obverse of this majestic coin features an uncrowned portrait of King George VI, facing left with quiet determination. Sculpted by the legendary Thomas Humphrey Paget, this image is more than a royal likeness. It is a reflection of endurance. Surrounding the king's image are the proud Latin words, Georgiv 6d, G, Br, OMN, Rex F laughing face, IND, IMP, meaning George VI, by the grace of God, King of all Britons, defender of the faith, Emperor of India. The presence of IND, IMP, Emperor of India, marks this coin as part of the final chapter in British imperial coinage, just a year before that title was removed forever. This single detail adds a powerful layer of historical significance. To an already rare artifact on the reverse, a stunning scene unfolds. The three-masted ship, the Golden Hind, sails triumphantly to the left. This is no ordinary vessel. It is Sir Francis Drake's ship, a legend of British exploration and naval dominance. Above the ship, the inscription halfpenny holds its place with authority, and below, the war-worn yet hopeful year, 1946. This design is not only symbolic. It is emotional, a nod to Britain's bold history, a salute to its seafaring heroes, and a reminder that even in the ruins of war, pride remained unsinkable. What transforms this coin from collectible to treasure beyond imagination is not just its age or artistry, but its exceptional rarity in high-grade, mint-state condition. While thousands were minted, Very few have survived the passing decades without being worn down in pockets, drawers, or markets. But a select handful, sealed away from time in uncirculated condition, remain untouched and gleaming, as if frozen in 1946. These coins are beyond rare. They are priceless artifacts, capable of commanding millions of dollars in the hands of elite collectors or high-end auctions. This is where fortune meets fate. Imagine discovering such a coin in a forgotten family box or an old coin pouch, still sharp, glowing, and intact. That small disc of bronze might look modest, but it has the power to make dreams explode into reality. Collectors know the truth. A coin like this, historically charged, perfectly preserved, and tied to a vanishing empire, is the kind of artifact that rewrites lives. The right buyer, the right timing, and the right grade could elevate this coin's value into the stratosphere. You see, the 1946 half-penny is more than a historical object. It's a symbol of transition. It was minted in the year the world shifted from war to peace, and the British Empire began its slow retreat from dominance. That energy, that moment in time, is captured forever in this coin's design. Its bronze carries the heartbeat of a world in change. And that's why investors and collectors alike are always searching for one in perfect condition. Because it's not just metal, it's memory and meaning cast in coin. If you are one of the lucky few to own a 1946 George VI half-penny in brilliant, uncirculated condition, then you hold something far more than a collectible. You hold a silent titan of wealth. Do not be fooled by its humble look. It may be smaller than your palm, but it holds the gravity of empires, the story of war, and the spark of overnight billionaire potential. Coins like this are once-in-a-lifetime finds, and their value only climbs with each passing year. So do not let this treasure slip through your fingers for anything less than it deserves. Authenticate it, grade it, protect it. This 1946 half-penny is not just a coin. It is a legend, a quiet king of bronze wealth. With patience and the right buyer, it could turn your life upside down in the most magical way. Because sometimes, fortune isn't loud. It's small, round, and marked with the year 1946. 7 among the sea of historical coins minted across the 20th century. One rare and mysterious gem rises above the rest. The 1948 United Kingdom halfpenny, featuring King George VI with the still resounding title IMP. This coin, small in size but massive in impact, is one of the last imperial echoes struck in bronze, and today, its worth isn't just measured in metal, it's measured in millions of dollars. If you're fortunate enough to hold this coin in mint condition, you may already own something that has the power to change your life overnight. The obverse of the coin presents the unmistakable portrait of King George VI, uncrowned, composed. And facing left, a dignified image sculpted by the legendary Thomas Humphrey Paget. Surrounding this noble profile is the inscription, George's 6D, G, BR, OMN, Rex F laughing face, IND, IMP. And it's that last part, IND, IMP, Emperor of India, that adds incredible historical weight. Although India had already declared independence in 1947, this coin still bears the outdated title, making it one of the final issues to echo Britain's fading empire. That detail alone transforms this coin into a time-locked artifact, marking a moment when the world was shifting but the coinage hadn't yet caught up. On the reverse, the iconic image of the three-masted ship, the legendary Golden Hind, sails proudly to the left, evoking the fearless spirit of Sir Francis Drake. Above the ship, halfpenny is boldly inscribed, and beneath it, the date, 1948. This is no mere decoration. It's a symbol of centuries of exploration, British naval pride, and resilience through world wars. By 1948, the war had ended, but the memory was fresh, and this coin stands as a lasting tribute to endurance and discovery. Now, here is where the magic and the money begins. While many 1948 half-pennies were minted for circulation, only a minuscule number survived in brilliant uncirculated BU condition, sealed from time, untouched by wear, and retaining every crisp line and gleaming edge. These rare survivors are worth a fortune. Why? Because demand from elite collectors is sky high, and the number of flawless 1,948 coins is shockingly low. One such coin, if properly graded and authenticated, can command millions at auction, becoming the centerpiece of a royal collection or a museum's prized showcase. Think about it. A modest coin born from an empire's final breaths, nearly forgotten, in drawers and albums across the world, suddenly revealed to be a sleeping giant of value. The 1948 half penny in top condition is more than a collector's dream. It's a hidden wealth generator. If you're holding one, especially in mint state, you may already be a millionaire and not even know it. Many people mistakenly dismiss this coin, thinking it's too common or too humble. But that's the illusion. The true worth lies in its historical context, its perfect preservation, and its symbolic design. The year 1948 marks a strange bridge between empire and independence, and coins from this transition period have become incredibly desirable among high-end numismatists. Rarity, condition, and story combine here to create something far beyond. Bronze, a legacy cast in metal. And if you do happen to own this coin, let this be your moment of clarity. Do not part with it at a low price. Do not let it go for scraps or trade it without expert appraisal. Because this coin isn't just a keepsake, it is a ticket to unthinkable wealth, a potential billionaire's key, quietly waiting in your collection to be recognized for what it truly is. In conclusion, the 1948 George VI halfpenny is not just one of the most underrated British coins. It is a priceless bridge between power and post-war transformation. Its value lies not just in what it shows, but in what it silently represents. The end of an empire, the survival of a nation, and the possibility of prosperity for anyone wise enough to protect it.